going to be talking about day 14 of the Love Dare. And so this one was really, really awesome because it's probably the best one that we've had so far. And it's called Love Takes Delight. And so I'm just going to quickly just give you a summary of what it's about and then just talk about how it spoke to us, basically. So the verse that it starts off with is Ecclesiastes 9:9, and it says, "Enjoy life with the wife that you love all the days of your fleeting life." And what this is about is how the world is constantly trying to tell us what's attractive and what's not. And basically we have to be the ones to take authority and realize we have a choice in what we find attractive and what we find unattractive, and who we are going to love, who we're going to follow, and all that kind of thing. And so it's really just about how we determine all the things that appeal to us. And so if we're finding all these faults in our spouse and all these problems that we don't like and comparing them to somebody else, you just need to know right now that you're choosing to live that way. It's not because it has nothing to do with them and the problems you think they have, it's you. And so you need to take a long look in the mirror and ask yourself why are you just choosing not to love your spouse? And that really spoke to me because I was so guilty of that before we started this whole Love Dare journey. And I was always finding something wrong, or comparing Ross to someone, or just in my eyes how I thought it should be, when in all reality that was just me choosing to see that the grass was greener on the other side, when we all know that it's never the case. If you're not happy right now, then you're not going to be happy in any other situation or circumstance either, because happiness is an inside job and happiness is a choice, just like love is. So I'm going to read some things that I highlighted that really spoke to me. One of them is that you should not just follow your heart, you should lead your heart. And that was like, whoa. When I saw that, when we read that, we both were just like, that's awesome, because we have to take initiative and be leaders, not just in our business or as parents or whatever, but leaders with ourselves. We have to lead ourselves. And I really believe, because I've lived it myself, I know that I am capable of falling in and out of love with whoever I want to. Whoever I choose to pursue or think is attractive, or that for whatever reason I'm drawn to their qualities, I know that I can easily make myself feel certain feelings for them. And that's what it means by leading your heart. You have to just stop being dependent on how you feel in the moment and go with what you know that God has planned for you, and just really kind of being logical and rational. Well, not in all situations, but so something else I highlighted is that you can have something just as powerful and fresh as you did when you first got married, or as when you first started dating, and that comes from the decision to delight in your spouse, which just means to love him or her no matter how long you've been married, and to just really just think about those things, those qualities about them that you loved in the beginning and that is still there. You might just maybe don't see them as often, but if you can start looking for the positive things and the good things, I guarantee you start seeing them a whole lot more. Because whenever I know that if I compliment him on, or say, hey, thank you so much for making the bed this morning before you left for work. I mean, men like to hear, they like their confidence to be fed, and they like to hear words of affirmation and have that kind of validation in a way. And so I know that that's probably going to just encourage him to do it again. And so if we start looking for those things that they do, instead of trying to nitpick and nag about every little thing they don't do, just think of the difference it can make. And trust me, I know it's hard and it's way easier said than done. But you just need to know. Another thing that I highlighted is that you are, let me find it. Love chooses to love, and that love feels like loving. So you have to choose to love. Another thing, our days are too short to waste focusing on the shadows when we could be enjoying the sunshine. So you need to just learn how to, we all need to, we need to be better about just being grateful for what we have, because we live in a world of instant gratification and kind of a microwave society where whenever we want something, we think we should be able to have it in the snap of a finger or the touch of a button or touch of a screen. And that's just not really how we as humans are designed. You know, like, we have to work for the things that we want and be consistent and be intentional about it. And that's something that we've both realized through all this, is that we really have to be investing in our relationship and in each other and intentionally spending time together throughout the week and, you know, during the day, stuff like that. Just because if we don't, then it's so easy for us to just put our marriage on the back burner and focus on all the other billions of things that we have going on. But we know that if we want our marriage to work and we want to set the example for our daughter that we intended in the beginning, then we're going to have to start making those deposits into our relationship and our marriage. And the Bible doesn't say that a man should marry the woman he loves. The Bible says that the man should love the woman that he marries. And so if that doesn't step on your toes, I don't know what will, because we live in a society where everything is all about just go with how you feel. How does that make you feel? If it makes you feel good, then do it. Well, you know what? You know what makes me feel good? There's a lot of things that make me feel good that I know I shouldn't do. So why would we look at it like that when it comes to love in our relationship? So what that says to me is that, you know, whether, you know, maybe there have been times where we haven't felt like we were in love anymore. And maybe you feel that way too, but the Bible and God is calling us to love our spouse, not just go find the person that we love and make that our spouse, because you're not going to feel in love forever. And if you think you are, then you need to just be more realistic and accept reality. But it's hard, guys. It's not supposed to be easy, and it was never promised to be easy, but we both know that it's going to be worth it. And so, let's see, what else did I want to say? So it's time to start leading your heart into delight in your mate. So make sure to just step it up, take initiative, and be tough, be strong. You're a lot stronger than you think you are. And you know, and I know there are situations that you probably shouldn't stay in the marriage if it's something like abusive, or if you're neglected, you know, or something like that. And so that's not what I'm referring to. I'm talking about just the everyday normal stuff that most couples deal with, like finances, arguments with the kids, arguments about in-laws, just the typical stuff. You gotta really just intentionally choose to love that person, even on their worst days. So if you're ungrateful and disapproving, it's because you choose to be. If you pick at your mate more than you praise them, it's because you've allowed selfishness in your heart to take over. You've led yourself into criticism. And so, I mean, the dare for this day was to purposefully neglect an activity you would normally do so you can spend quality time with your spouse. And then do something that he or she would love to do, or a project they'd really like to work on, and make the choice to enjoy your time together. So that was day 14. This was probably one of my favorite ones so far. Do you have anything that you want to add?
No, you pretty much covered it all.
Okay.
But I agree. I mean, this was one of my favorite ones. But I mean, it's true. I don't really have anything to add on it.
I loved it. I love the quote that says, follow your heart. Don't just follow your heart, lead it. I think that's awesome. That's something I'm going to apply to every situation in my life from now on.
Right.
But okay, guys, well, I hope everyone's having a wonderful Monday, and we look forward to talking with all of you for the rest of the week. Please like and subscribe and comment and share this with everyone and anyone that you think it would help. And yeah, that's it.